Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am Professor Samy Mohamady, and today we are diving deep into one of the most frustrating biological phenomena known to modern medicine. It is a topic that affects hundreds of millions of people worldwide. The notorious yo-yo diet effect and the extreme difficulty of maintaining weight loss. If you look at the global statistics, the prevalence of obesity is continuously increasing, carrying with it detrimental effects on human health. Obesity is intrinsically linked to excess body fat and physical inactivity, creating a vicious circle that severely impairs health and increases the risk of premature death. While doctors generally recommend a weight loss of 5 to 15% of initial body weight to reduce these obesity-related risks, achieving that loss is only half the battle. Many patients experience a large, encouraging initial weight loss. But what happens next? Unless a highly structured weight maintenance program is followed, weight regain almost inevitably occurs. From a biological standpoint, this rapid weight regain is not a failure of willpower. It is driven by a physiological reduction in total energy expenditure, even beyond what you would expect from the loss of fat and lean mass, combined with massive, hormonally driven increase in appetite. Your body essentially treats weight loss as a hostile event and mounts a relentless defense to get that weight back. For years, the scientific community has debated the best way to counteract this evolutionary defense mechanism. Is it strict exercise? Is it pharmacological intervention? Or is it a combination of both? To answer this, an extraordinary head-to-head, placebo-controlled trial was conducted in Denmark by a massive research team led by Dr. Signe Torkov. This was an investigator-initiated trial at the University of Copenhagen, and the findings were published in the prestigious New England Journal of Medicine, one of the highest-impact medical journals in the world. Today, we are going to break down this landmark study step by step. The researchers recruited 215 adult participants. These individuals had a body mass index, or BMI, between 32 and 43, classifying them as obese, but importantly, they did not have diabetes. The trial began with an aggressive 8-week low-calorie diet. Participants were restricted to just 800 kilocalories per day using diet replacement products. The goal was to force a rapid initial weight loss. Out of the starting group, 195 participants successfully lost at least 5% of their baseline body weight and moved on to the next phase. In fact, the results of this initial 8-week crash diet were fantastic. The participants' body weight decreased by an average of 13.1 kilograms. This was a mean reduction of 12% of their total body weight. Alongside the weight loss, they saw incredible improvements in their health markers: decreased body fat percentage, stabilized blood pressure, improved lipid profiles, and lowered resting heart rates. Their overall physical functioning and emotional well-being skyrocketed. But now came the real test, the 1-year maintenance phase. The 195 participants were randomly divided into 4 distinct groups to test 4 different weight loss maintenance strategies for a full year. Group 1 was a placebo group. They received a dummy injection and were simply told to maintain their usual physical activity. Group 2 was the exercise group. They received a placebo injection but were enrolled in a rigorous exercise program designed to meet World Health Organization recommendations. This meant a minimum of 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise every single week. To ensure compliance, they wore heart rate monitors during all sessions, engaging in vigorous interval-based indoor cycling, running, or brisk walking. Group 3 was the Liraglutide group. They maintained their usual physical activity but received a daily subcutaneous injection of a drug called Liraglutide at a dose of 3.0 milligrams per day. Liraglutide is a glucagon-like peptide 1, or GLP-1, receptor agonist. It works fundamentally by inhibiting appetite, making the patient feel full and satisfied with much less food. Finally, Group 4 was a combination group. These participants received the daily 3.0 milligram liraglutide injections and also completed the rigorous weekly exercise program. The participants were tracked meticulously for 52 weeks. When the 1-year mark arrived, the results were nothing short of a revelation regarding human metabolism. Let us look at Group 1, the placebo group. As biological history would predict, their initial success vanished. After the diet ended, their body weight increased by a mean of 6.1 kilograms. They regained roughly 45% of the weight they had initially lost, and this regain was accompanied by a severe deterioration in all the metabolic health improvements they had achieved. By the end of the trial, their total weight loss from baseline was a mere 6.7%. Group 2, the exercise group, proved that physical activity works, but it is a hard-fought battle. By adhering to the intense cycling and running regimens, they managed to maintain their initial weight loss, showing a treatment difference of minus 4.1 kilograms compared to placebo group. Their total weight loss from baseline was 10.9%. Importantly, exercise was associated with increased lean muscle mass and improved cardiorespiratory fitness. Group 3, the Liraglutide group, demonstrated the power of modern pharmacology. The appetite suppression from the medication allowed them to maintain their weight loss effortlessly, showing a treatment difference of minus 6.8 kilograms compared to placebo. Their total weight loss from the very beginning of the trial was an impressive 13.4% of their baseline weight. But the true scientific breakthrough was seen in Group 4, the combination group. These individuals did not just maintain their initial 13.1 kilogram weight loss. Their body weight decreased further by an average of 3.4 kilograms over the year. This resulted in a massive treatment difference of minus 9.5 kilograms compared to placebo group. Their total average weight loss reached a staggering 15.7% of their initial body weight. As an expert looking at these numbers, the raw weight loss is only the surface of the story. The changes in body composition and metabolic health are where the real clinical value lies. When we look at body fat percentage, the combination strategy decreased it by 3.9 percentage points. To put that into perspective, that is approximately twice the fat percentage decrease seen in the exercise-only group or the liraglutide-only group. The combination group effectively doubled their fat loss while preserving their lean muscle mass. Furthermore, only the combination strategy was associated with profound improvements in insulin sensitivity, physical functioning, and cardiorespiratory fitness compared to placebo. Both the liraglutide and combination groups saw reductions in glycated hemoglobin levels, which is a key marker that reduces the risk of developing new-onset type 2 diabetes. Plus 3. However, we must critically analyze the safety profile and side effects of these pharmacological interventions. This is where combining lifestyle with medication proves its ultimate superiority. In this trial, gastrointestinal adverse events, such as nausea, diarrhea, and decreased appetite, were reported much more frequently in the groups taking liraglutide. More notably, the researchers observed that treatment with liraglutide alone was associated with an increased resting heart rate. In the medical community, an increased resting heart rate is generally considered an adverse effect that can be associated with lower cardiovascular survival rates over time. But here's a fascinating physiological twist. The researchers did not observe this increased resting heart rate in the combination group. The rigorous cardiovascular exercise completely neutralized this negative cardiac side effect of the drug. Additionally, serious adverse events like cholelithiasis, which is a formation of gallstones, were observed more often in the group taking liraglutide alone than in the combination group. Plus 4. What does this deep analytical dive tell us about the future of obesity management? It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that simply telling a patient to eat less is scientifically insufficient for long-term success. The body's hormonal drive to regain weight is too powerful. Relying solely on a drug like liraglutide is highly effective for appetite suppression and fat loss, but it lacks the cardiovascular conditioning, the lean mass preservation, and the heart rate regulation that only physical exertion can provide. This study clearly concludes that a strategy combining a moderate to vigorous intensity exercise program with liraglutide therapy improves healthy weight loss maintenance significantly more than either treatment alone. It is a synergistic effect. The medication quiets the biological hunger signals and hormonal adaptations that drive overeating, while the exercise optimizes the cardiovascular system, builds metabolic machinery in the form of lean muscle, and protects the heart. Plus one, of course, the accessibility of GLP-1 receptor agonists remains a challenge. These medications require long-term commitment and represent a significant financial cost. However, the data is undeniable. For those fighting the severe biological pushback of weight regain, the absolute gold standard of care is now clearly defined. Pharmacological appetite suppression combined with dedicated, rigorous physical training.